What's up guys, it's Rapid. Today I'm gonna take a break from the memes for one day and one day only in order to give you guys a legitimate tutorial, because I've been having a blast on this new game mode and I fucking love it. I've been having a blast and I'm completely obsessed with it. I'm completely obsessed with all of the amazing soldier jumps that you can do on this map. And I guess I kind of want to share this with you guys, so you know, let me know what you think about it. One thing is, I guess the skill level for this would be, well, I would say the skill level in terms of rocket jumping is going to be from beginner to intermediate, but you know how it kind of is sometimes. You know, there's some people who will say like, oh man, all these jumps are super easy, and then someone else will be like, no man, I can't even do this, I try so hard and I can't even do it. And it just sort of depends on what your perspective is on jumping. I tend to think that they're leaning more towards beginner kind of to intermediate. If any of the concepts in the video seem kind of difficult, then I would recommend playing a map called Jump Beef. And if you can master level 1 of Jump Beef, then you'll have this whole video mastered pretty much. So let's get into the show. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the easy jumps, and then I'm going to move on to the fun jumps. And it's not really like a progression from easy to hard. It's more like these jumps just get more and more fun as it goes on. So I think you guys will see what I mean. For the sake of this video only, I'm gonna call this area of the map right side roof, and obviously, you know, you would just reflect that if your team spawns on the other side of the map. Basically, it's just a really simple sort of double jump that gets you a sort of a vantage point on the other team, and it could potentially get you onto their roof pretty quickly. So that's a pretty good jump. So if the right side roof is the cool goth chick who you think is kind of hot, then left side roof is like your aunt. You know, the one that kind of smells funny, you know, has all those cats. What am I even talking about? Okay, I take all of that back actually. But the left side roof, not very much fun unless you enjoy doing sort of left-sided rocket jumps. If you don't know what that is, they're not very much fun, and don't even bother learning them, because I'm actually going to show you a very much easier way to get access to the left side of the roof. Next we have what I call the center jump. As most of you guys know, if you get boosted off of the center ramp, then you sort of just fly into the building. But if you're able to sort of hit a rocket jump at sort of just the right angle, then you're able to get on top of the roof, or in the best case scenario, you can clear the roof altogether. And there are some more sort of elusive tricks to the center roof jump, but that's probably for another day in another video. So as you guys probably know by now, the center ramp is not the only ramp on the map. In fact, I wouldn't even say it's the best ramp on the map. Behind each of the buildings there are 2 ramps, one pointing forward towards the enemy team, and one pointing backwards towards your goal, right? So for the sake of this video, bear with me. I'm gonna call the one that goes forward, I'm gonna call that forward, and the one that goes backwards, I'm gonna call that backwards. I hope we're still on the same wavelength here. I would have to say the forward ramp is my favorite ramp on the entire map, because it can get you almost anywhere that you want to be on this entire map. It's amazing. I can't believe it. Here we can see forward taking us to center, so that way forward takes us to anywhere center takes us. We can see forward taking us to the right side by curving that rocket jump. Could have done a little bit better, but that's okay. Here we can see it taking us very easily to the left side Now remember what I was saying about making the left side jump a lot easier? You can actually just curve right over here. You don't even have to attempt any kind of awkward jumps or any sort of repositionings of yourself. You know, you don't have to do any kind of weird, crazy gymnastics in order to make it work, and it actually gets you there a lot faster as well. You just sort of jump around this corner, and you can jump onto this roof. You can start picking at them as they start coming out of their building. That's where they usually come from. Or you can sort of hop over and you can sort of get onto their roof, steal one of their health packs, do whatever you gotta do, and yeah, enjoy your life. And I hope you guys don't think that that's all that the forward jump does. I told you this was my favorite jump. The real reason why this is my favorite jump is because it can land you right on mid with full health. Well, in the best case scenario. You know, in another case scenario, you might be damaged when you start the jump, so that when you land, you're not full health, but you're pretty darn good, considering that you just went through so many jumps, and to get across the map so quickly. Here you can actually see I was fairly damaged before I did the jump, and here I'm pretty damaged. I take a little bit more, and then I land on the health pack, and I end up better off than I was to begin with. And I don't know, I just fucking love this jump. So that was forwards. That's my favorite jump on the map so far. But make no mistake, backwards is just as like epically edgy and cool. For one, if you rocket jump onto the booster, you get a nice little jump there, but there is a better way. You can sort of naturally fall off the ramp and then hit the floor at just the right angle. There's just a little sort of curve in the ground there, and if you can hit it at just the right angle, you can hit this jump, which I personally find a lot more useful, and I'll show you why in a little bit. I have clips and everything. It's gonna be super cool, but I feel like you can do a lot more with that version of the jump than just the normal boosted version. So that's pretty much all the jumps that I sort of wanted to tell you guys about, that I wanted to share with you guys. But I also want to show you guys what it looks like when you actually use these jumps in real game scenarios. What kind of advantages can these give you, and so on and so forth. Okay, so here I'm going to be using the sort of forward jump, and I'm going to be taking that, I'm going to be landing on mid, going to take that health pack, get all of my health back, and kill the spy, and survive a sniper shot. You know, if I didn't get that health pack, the sniper shot would have been a lot worse. Here, this one was just sort of a fun thing that happened. I was able to get that jump, hit that, and then get onto the center ramp, which sort of sent me into the red base. And you see how quickly we got the ball across the map, sort of just like that. That's sort of difficult to do as a soldier. Here, this one is interesting because 1 second I'm sort of fighting with the demo man, and then the next second I'm on midpoint and I've just stolen the ball from a scout. Like, that's awesome. And then a spy steals the ball. I mean, what do you expect? It's pubs, you know. Here, if you look close, you can see there's a medic and a scout, and they're running off for the ball, trying to make another cap. I'm able to quickly get to mid and pick off the medic with a crit, and I don't even feel bad about that. But you see how quickly I was able to sort of get to mid and sort of intercept them. That's sort of difficult to do. Here, I'm bombing in on 2 pyros. You know how pyros like to play goalie, and I bomb in on them, I destroy them, and I make a goal. I win the game. Well, I didn't win the game just yet, but we did win the game. I guess that's worth mentioning. And yeah, and actually no, there's a part 2 to this. I head back with my medic, and I'm able to get back on mid just that fast, and grab the ball for myself, and then we get like flogged to death or something. And you know, it's not perfect, but that was a pretty good like play right there. here I'm able to pick off this NG trying to start up a NG nest, and I think I actually get killed by a scout. But the fact that I was able to sort of take out that NG, and he didn't see me coming at all. It's not like when you come around the edge and he like sees you coming. He didn't see me coming at all. So that's one thing. I wonder what we're doing here. I'm gonna jump over. Oh yeah. So this is just sort of me showing you that you can get to the enemy's roof with just one rocket, which I think is awesome. Here is a market garden kill, which I thought was pretty awesome. I was pretty disappointed that it didn't get like the crit sound like I thought it should have, so that was kind of disappointing. So I had to sort of come back around, and here I get a market garden kill, this time with the crit that I deserve, and all is right with the world. And yeah, so that was the first time I did a tutorial of sorts in a really long time, and I sort of like wore myself out with all of this talking for so long. You know, when I do community service or if I do other kinds of commentaries, I actually give myself a break pretty frequently, and I just spoke for like 10 minutes, and then I had to do retakes as well. So please do let me know what you guys thought about this tutorial. Would you guys like to see more kind of sort of serious stuff? If not, that's fine. I'm happy to do memes forever, for life. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do memes forever. But if you want tutorials too, then you know, you should probably let me know. And once again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, because you guys are awesome. And follow me on Facebook and stuff, dude. Follow me on Facebook. Do you guys know how bored I get during the day? It gets pretty boring. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys later.